good little angle. It's not as exotic as Uganda, but at least I have a little French bulldog with me. And a Dyson fan, because unfortunately, even though we got back to the UK, the weather was glorious. It has significantly dropped in temperatures now and it is much cooler. But anyway, hello and welcome to what is going to be an incredibly special adventure trip video. If you have ever considered a trip to Africa, then please may this be the official petition for you to consider Uganda. So full honesty, this is future past me, I can't work things out, but essentially I've already been on the trip to Uganda and I realised that in the excitement of me filming everything, I failed miserably at doing a proper intro. So one of the things that a lot of the locals asked when we were out there meeting them, chatting to them, experiencing their beautiful country is that Jake and I would become official Uganda ambassadors. And the job, therefore, is to essentially just shout about how incredible a country it is, how incredible the people are that live there. I have never been somewhere where the people have been so happy to have you visit their country and so proud that you then pass the message on at just how magnificent it is. And trust me when I say it really is. I have never been somewhere so untouched. I have never been somewhere with so much natural, unexpected beauty. Maybe that's my ignorance, I don't know. But I didn't expect it to be as mountainous, I didn't expect it to be as green, as luscious. I didn't expect to see quite as much wildlife as we saw, and I certainly did not expect to be pretty much one of the only tourists that we saw in the entire 2-week trip. You need to go to Uganda sooner rather than later because it's not going to stay that way for very long. And there are very few places left on the earth, I think, where you still are going to experience it in its kind of raw, natural state. And if you are thinking of saving up for a really special trip, maybe it's a honeymoon, maybe it's a retirement holiday, if you're just thinking of doing a real once-in-a-lifetime type jobby, I actually don't think I have the words to describe how perfect and how justified everything is when it comes to the expense and the trip and the travel and the emissions. Let's not, beat around the bush. It took us a long time to get there and there was a lot of flights associated with this trip. But if you're ever gonna have that blowout, I could not and I cannot and I will not stop recommending this trip, this whole experience with the WildPlaces Uganda team enough. It is so unique, it is so special, and it is such a total joy and privilege to be able to bring you along on the journey with us. So without further ado, shall we go to Uganda?
It's got more room.
Okay.
It's Douglas, our pilot. Hi Douglas.
Yeah.
This is our plane.
Correct. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. What on
How about you even fly one of these?
Yeah.
I bet you get amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Jake doing the safety check. Okay, this is officially the coolest experience of our lives. How we're the only two people on an aeroplane. We actually had no idea that this was a private bug plane, a private transfer to Murchison Falls National Park. Everything, all the logistics of this trip have been organised by the WildPlaces Africa team. They literally met us off the flight as we landed in Entebbe Airport yesterday, handed us an itinerary. We had, of course, seen it before, but they've just looked after us so well up to this point, and as you will continue to see during this entire video, they're just like 10 steps ahead of us everywhere we go. It is absolutely seamless and such an incredible experience to land at Murchison Falls airstrip. Literally the only people here, and be met by our first guides, Fred and Roland, who suggest that we go on a little game drive on our way to our first lodge, Kyambura. And as if by magic, just as Jake is telling Fred, our guide, that he really wants to see a lion and that he's never seen one before, I notice the grass rustling to the left of me just as we start heading off-road. And there is a mother lion, a female lion, and not one, not two, but 3 of her cubs just having a little snooze in the shade. We have honestly just got off the plane on our way to our first lodge. I didn't even expect to be doing a game drive today. And we've seen 4 lions.
This is insane.
Oh my. What is this heaven? Wow. Yeah. And welcome to our home for the next 3 nights. Sat on the banks of the River Nile, the brand spanking new WildPlaces Africa Lodge, Kyambura. I still cannot believe I am saying this. Look how incredible this tented lodge is. This camp is incredibly special for so many reasons, but the fact that the owners, the Wright family, had to literally machete through kilometres of untamed wilderness to find the site tells you everything that you need to know. There are 11 beautifully decorated canvas-walled suites, all with views of the River Nile, where you can see crocs sunbathing and hippos playing in the river. There are some really special features in these rooms as well. The furniture is handmade from Uganda Maguvu hardwood by a WildPlaces fully employed local carpenter. This entire site is run off of solar. The whole thing has been designed to be fully dismantled, bar the swimming pools, in a matter of days. We have made ourselves at home, we've unpacked, and we're having our first meal at Kyambura, a little lunch, before heading out on an afternoon and evening game drive. And no, I can't believe any of this is happening to me either. Ugandan sundowner in the middle of the bush. And this tree here is where a family of lions have been today. We've literally just seen them leave and walk up this mound here, where the buffaloes are on the top of the hill, so we're keeping an eye on them from here. But I think Jake's a little bit freaked out because he just keeps saying, it's mad that you can just stop here when there was lions here a minute ago. But it's just the most magnificent. I've never seen a landscape like this. It's so vast. We haven't seen a car all day. Look at these clouds. Towering cumulonimbus clouds. Such a weather geek. But it is officially G&T time. First G&T of the trip as well. Oh, thank you so much. Cheers. What do you say in Uganda? Cheers? Cheers. Fine. The same.
Bonga.
Bonga.
That's great.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, my love.
This camera doesn't work with you. It's too slow to adapt to your face.
My huge face.
Your high face. In the bush. This is our little breakfast setup. All the team from the WildPlaces were here to greet us. Our little chairs. Jake's just having a nature wee, a bush toilet somewhere. Oh, literally, there he is.
I know.
So impressive. Lots of solar panels right next to our little tent. And this is the walk from our lodge, lodge number 4, to the main Kuluura lodge, where there is the restaurant, there is like a lounge area, and a little bit further on there is the pool. This is where we had dinner last night. Sat at this table here, which was all nicely lit with candles. And then we haven't actually sat in here yet, but this is like a bar lounge area and just looks so incredibly cozy and comfy. You could easily just spend hours losing yourself in a book or a board game here. Look at that bar. Oh, it's just magnificent. And then out onto the terrace with, I think, possibly the best dining view I have ever experienced of the River Nile. With hippos just popping up. I don't know if you can see this one. Oh my goodness, these guys are really out. No way. That is a joke. Baboon! Baboon!
No way.
This place is nuts.
Oh my god.
They're hungry hippos because it's lunchtime. Wow.
There's 4.
There's hundreds.
6.
That is ridiculous.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm whispering because we've just seen 4 lions. Yeah. A mum, 2 female cubs and a male cub, and I'm whispering still because we've just got out of the truck, but the lions are under this tree and we've just been sat with them for about an hour, and now we're just setting up this close to 4 lions who are asleep. They were literally snoring, so I'm still whispering because I'm like, don't want to be too loud. So time for sundowners. Bush style, Ugandan sundowner style. Like I say, we're setting up here, truck here, 4 lions literally under this tree, and I kid you not, I could probably walk there in about a minute. They're so close. It is mental. Like, I have done game drives in South Africa. I've been really fortunate enough to go to Kenya as well, on a school trip when I was like 15. And anywhere that there was a lion, there were at least 10 trucks all surrounded the animals, and it always felt a little bit like icky, but I mean, this is insane. We have this entire park to ourselves. We haven't seen a single car in the entire time that we've been here, and this is our 4th drive now. I just can't, I honestly don't have the words to describe how magical the whole thing is. So without further ado, we're going to have a little sundowner. I'm going to sit you here so that you can keep an eye on the lions who are just in this tree here. And I'm going to have a little beverage. And I think this right here is where you really get a feel for just how special the partnership is between WildPlaces and the Uganda Wildlife Authority. It's the very thing that has given WildPlaces access to a very special, very private 75 hectares of low impact zone within the Murchison Falls National Park. That means as a guest, you've pretty much got guaranteed privacy, exceptional wildlife encounters. Did you see how close we were to those lions? As well as obviously the sundowner spots, the breakfast experiences, totally away from crowds or in our case, literally anybody else. Now, this side of Murchison Falls National Park is pretty far from the usual tourist roads and the usual safari routes too. It is a huge expanse of open grasslands, and once it was very full of wildlife, But over the years, it has had huge pressures due to poaching, wire snares, invasive plants, and there's even been some oil development that have put real pressure on this area. But what is incredible is that the WildPlaces Africa team are really working hard to turn that around. They're also clearing invasive species and creating local jobs through all of this conservation work. Most of the people that we've met so far have been born and raised within the Murchison Falls area. And the hope is that with time, with protection, this landscape will fully recover. That is giving wildlife, especially the large predators, the space, the safety and the time I think that they need to really thrive again. It has been incredible to see some of this work on the ground, and obviously to have a totally luxurious stay where you know that some of the money from your stay is directly funding all the incredible work that this huge team of people continue to do. Well, no, it's picking up your cap. Good morning. We are on our last morning game drive at Kyambura. It's 5:40 a.m. We have a lovely wake-up call from Colin at Planet with cups of tea, coffee, and like a warm banana breakfast. Lovely. It's the only way to wake up pre-5 a.m. And we've just been picked up and we're being shuttled, a very short shuttle, to the game vehicle. We're excited for another morning safari because yesterday's sunrise was chef's kiss, spectacular. So, another fun day awaits.
Ready for rock and roll.
Ready for rock and roll always.
always.
We're ready to go and look for Nelson.
We are.
Nelson.
That's who is us to see Nelson today.
The
Yeah.
big male.
Yeah,
I agree.
Nice.
Follow the roar.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh, babies.
Oh, I just want to give her a tickle. Good start to the day. Yeah, look at that.
Yes.
So that was Tony's children. But as we saw Tony's children, we could hear some roaring coming from quite close by. And so Fred is now on a mission to try and find Nelson, who is a big male, one of the big males. He thinks that was Nelson's roar. And so we're going to go and try and find Nelson, a big male, which we've not seen yet, just before the sun comes up, because apparently he hides the minute the sun comes up. So that is the mission we're on.
That one is called filming women.
Oh my goodness. Is he fully grown?
Yeah,
His mane.
he's now about 5 to 7 years.
What
He's
is
got some scars.
happening?
He's a fully grown male.
He is a big boy.
Yeah.
Do the males ever fight the females?
They don't.
Never.
Oh, damn it.
Super.
That was unreal.
What just happened?
Oh my god. That was all four were doing.
All the four, yeah.
Oh my god. That made me feel weirdly emotional.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Nelson's up, Nelson's up.
Nelson's up.
You can watch as many David Attenborough documentaries as you like, but nothing will prepare you for how you're going to feel when you actually hear roaring lions and they are directly in front of you. And only you. It was literally just us in that entire private part of the park and those incredible creatures. The adrenaline that I had pumping around my body was off the scale. So when we got back to camp, we just had a couple of hours chilling by the River Nile, as one does, and we just debriefed the whole morning. It was beautiful, it was calm, and we actually decided to swap our final evening game drive for a bush walk to the nearby camp of Papa's Camp. It's about a 40-minute walk, and I'm a really bad YouTuber. I'm so sorry I didn't get any footage of this on this camera, but here's a little snippet of our walk, and then I documented so much more of this trip on my Instagram, and I've saved it all to 3 huge, great, big, juicy highlights. So go forth and please enjoy more detail on this trip on there. But for now, it is our final night at Kyambura. We are making tracks to Queen Elizabeth National Park in the morning. Good morning. It is just gone 9 o'clock, literally, on Saturday the 11th. Is it the 11th? Saturday the 11th of April, and we are leaving. We're literally at the gates now to Murchison Falls National Park. We're just over 2 hours in, 2.5 hours-ish, into a potentially 9 or 10 hour journey to Queen Elizabeth National Park, to the next camp. So we left Kyambura this morning after 3 unbelievable nights, and we actually ended up having dinner last night with Jonathan and his son Fergus, yeah, and they own all of WildPlaces, and it was so interesting talking about how the camps were found, literally through like dragging through a bush. Jonathan and his wife Pam, how they set the business up, why they set the business up. We spoke loads about conservation, about the really important work that they do with the to fight the poachers, and it's an incredible partnership that they have with the Uganda Wildlife Authority, and that gives them access essentially to pretty much private sections of these beautiful national parks, which meant that today, 3 days into being in Murchison Falls, was the first day that we actually saw any other tourists, and it's just literally one van that we're here bird watching, I think, but honestly that was probably an hour and a half into the journey. So that entire part is completely private for WildPlaces, that we were staying in, where Kyambura and where Papa's Camp is, that we also visited last night. So it's just been an incredible few days, incredible 24 hours, incredible experience having dinner with Jonathan and finding out just more about the amazing journey that they've been on over the last 20 years. So yeah, we've got about, how long do you think to go?
7 hours.
6 to 7 hours to go. Although there are worse ways to travel, I will say, it is incredibly comfy in this vehicle. We have so many snacks. We've been asked 20 times if we're ready for our breakfast stop. We've got cushions. I think you were a bit apprehensive about today, weren't you? Because you were like, didn't want to be uncomfortable for...
I'm just larger than you are.
Larger than I am. And Jake thought we'd be doing it in like a smart car. We're not doing it in a smart car. We're doing it in a fabulous safari vehicle that's very comfy. We've been told how to recline our seats. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the next few hours. It's already been an insanely beautiful journey. What's the forest called? Bugongo, yeah. We drove all the way through the Bugongo forest, which is honestly the greenest place I've ever been. And we are, I think, just about to be let out of Murchison Falls National Park to continue our journey. So we will check in with you again soon.
Then they distill it.
Yeah.
You can get the first grade, which is super, and then the regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
So double distill, you get proper strong one.
What have you got here?
It got both.
Oh.
There is 40 and 60%.
Banana
And
gin.
people buy it. You see all those jerrycans they are taking them.
Oh, that is so much.
They never want. Chow white.
It's so pure.
It's pure.
That is amazing.
Thank you. Slight technical problem. We have a flat tyre, but thankfully Julius knows what to do. So we've just pulled off this main road to get somewhere flat. We've probably got maybe, what do you think, 4 hours left? So it's quite important that we can change this tyre. But we're in safe hands. Julius knows what he's doing, or at least he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, he's so good.
If ever I have a bad day again, I am just going to rewatch this clip of Julius laughing at something that he told me to take a photo of something, and apparently it's a really touristy thing to do, and he just found it totally hilarious, like utterly lost his mind. And I swear to God, he hadn't even sipped any banana gin at this point. The most wonderful day. This is the day that, I'll be totally honest, both Jake and I were looking forward to the least. Like, the whole itinerary for the day pretty much was a 10-hour car journey. We have seen the landscapes entirely change. The scenery has been out of this world. We stopped off in tea fields, we stopped off at the equator, we even stopped off in a little town called Rabona because Julius wanted to take us to like a tourism project that works with women on helping to train them in basket weaving, and they even dye all of the materials that they use completely naturally with like herbs and plants that they grow on site. It was incredible. He just has been a total joy this entire day, and he's actually been one of the employees that has worked with Jonathan and the whole WildPlaces Africa team since the very beginning. And if he doesn't sum up what this whole place and this whole country is about, I don't know what does.
We're at the equator. Jake, show us what that means.
North side of the world.
North.
South.
Woohoo!
It is hot at the equator, let me tell you. But it is beautiful. Look at this scenery.
Okay, go. Just the water experiment.
Oh yeah, where it turns one way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get some water. Bloody hell. Is it in the car?
That's so cool. Oh no, we won't.
Pour it.
The other guy who's doing.
Dying at these equator pics, just so you know, we have given ourselves the ick, but we move. First Big Bertha. We're about 5 minutes away from getting the boat to the next camp, and we've just spotted him. So peaceful. Oh, until they're not. Made me jump. Yeah.
Right. You don't want to start with this big boy.
Uganda traffic.
Wow.
Amazing.
The race across the world / Uganda continues. What is it? Bonga.
That's actually so refreshing.
Ooh, that is good. Just met Isaac. Taking us to the river station. How has the 11-hour journey been so far, Jake?
It's actually fine. Yeah,
It's amazing.
Julius was a commensurate host.
Yeah, and the countryside is so stunning. And to top it off, we've just seen 2 elephants. Next stop, the river station.
Good morning from the river station. We arrived here last night at about probably 6 or something in the evening and saw all the hippos coming out the water and walking in. I'm talking hundreds, and then had the most insane experience last night with one chomping on the grass on the outside of our tent. We got up and had a look for on a couple of instances when we heard it, and then we were like, well, if it's going to do this all night, we do need to get some sleep. But we're up early this morning because we're going chimp tracking. So we're just having a cup of tea as the
sky breaks and hoping to see some of the hippos do the opposite. Their little hippo highway comes right down here into the water here. So something tells me that we're going to have another magnificent day with WildPlaces. I can't believe we're going chimp tracking. I feel like that hasn't really sunk in yet. So, of course, I'll be bringing you along for the adventure. God, can you hear how alive everything is? At 6:30 in the morning. Oh, there's a hippo right there. I can just see its silhouette. Can you see? Just about to get back into the water. There it goes. Splash! That will never get old. What? This is amazing. This is Kyambura Gorge where we're about to do chimp tracking. But it is literally a section out of the ground created by, was it a volcano?
Sorry?
Was it created by a volcano?
Yeah, I don't know how many years ago, but created by massive volcanic activity. It ripped a gap through the earth, which is pretty...
And the land is just so fertile out here because it's so, the soil is so volcanic, and you can see that. The fact that an entire forest has managed to grow in a gap in the earth.
I don't think the camera can pick up the scale of that.
No,
It's
I know.
absolutely massive. Should we go up to the top?
Yeah. We've just signed in for chimp trekking, and we're just having a little view of the gorge from a viewing platform. Can you hear the running water? Oh, gosh, it goes on for miles, and that's where the chimps are. So we're in Queen Elizabeth National Park at the moment. Just heard Jake say, oh my god, wait. What the hell? Oh. I see why they call it a viewing platform now. So, Kikambe, our guide, was just telling us that these trees at the bottom are hollow. I'm not going to make it up. It's mental. Anyway, they're hollow and they make a really loud noise. But when a chimp dies, they actually bury them. So they like dig the leaves out. There's a tree here. They bury the chimp family member next to the tree in the leaves. And then when people or other chimps find the body, they all burn on the tree, almost to like pay their respects to the body that's there. Even the babies do it, which is so human-like, isn't it?
Crazy.
Like they kind of have a burial ceremony, and then they kind of visit the grave and bang on the tree. And it's so sweet. Don't make no noise, though.
Your fist, like the no, as in like as if you were hammering something. See, when that is happening by the chimps, that is so loud.
Yeah, so loud. It's insane.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
The
The boy is carrying my kid.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's carrying it.
Taking my kid. This is the alpha male.
Yeah. Because we share 98.7% of our DNA with the chimps, we have to wear masks to stop them catching any diseases that we might have. We've seen babies, we've seen the alpha, we've seen the alpha's mum, we've seen the oldest in this whole group, who is 49.
They help them in the digestion of
The
meat.
digestion.
Because they're predominantly.
They are not, yes, they are not able to
Herbivores,
digest
yeah.
meat because they are not carnivorous. So when they kill meat, they have to look for where this plant has grown. They pick the leaf as they bite on the meat, and also bite on this leaf. So this one helps in the digestion of the
The
meat.
chimp canopy.
And when you squeeze it and smell, that is it also
Oh, wow.
add flavors in the meat.
Oh,
What does that
Or it
smell like?
spices the meat.
Yeah.
The fresh meat.
yeah.
So
It's like mixed herbs.
It plays some vital role. Still, chimpanzees can use them to stop meat from getting stuck in their teeth. It's like a toothpick.
Wow.
Like a toothpick.
Yeah, toothpick.
Okay, so if you ever doubted how similar chimps are to us humans, we've just learnt about this Tictona meda blandis, nailed it, plant that when the chimp females are going to give birth, they pick these leaves and put them on the ground because they believe that the ground has bacteria and things, which it inevitably does. So they put them on the ground to give birth on these leaves, so that when the baby comes out, it goes on the little leaves. It then uses the leaves to wrap the baby in, and if they give birth when it rains, they even use them as like a little umbrella. So this is a chimp umbrella. They're so clever. And then after the chimps have been born, there's like blood and placenta, I assume, on the leaves, which can apparently attract other chimps or predators. So to kind of throw them off the scent, they like screw them up in a ball, really small, go really far away and plant them somewhere really far away so that another chimp, if they come along and smell the blood and think, oh, I'm going to try and kill these babies or these other chimps, they're really far. So they've kind of thrown them off the track with these leaves.
Tick plant.
Tick plant. Tick. Oh, I forgot the name already. Tiktokers. Nebulambus.
It's definitely not TikTokers. I think that's a little bit on the mind.
I got it right the first time, and that's all that matters. And just when we thought that this whole experience couldn't get any more magical, our guide was telling us that recently, because these chimps have been habituated and they've spent a lot of time with a lot of the guides and a lot of the trackers, they will every now and again, very rarely, very occasionally, give them a little like pat on the leg. He said it's normally only to those people that are wearing uniform, and it's almost a symbol of kind of respect and unity. They understand them, they appreciate them, they know why they're there, and they also kind of know that they'll leave. And this guy that we spotted first off, who's lying down, is classed as the kind of security guard. He'll normally be the chimp that is hanging back from the rest of the group. He waits till the rest of them have moved on, kind of does the initial checks, and then makes sure that the coast is clear before he moves on. What happened next, just as we were about to leave after spending the most amazing hour of our lives with this group of chimps, was that the security guard starts to approach us. I start filming in excitement, fully expecting him to just walk past. But what you are about to see is a video of this chimp putting his head through Jake's legs, hugging his legs, and then giving him this kind of official tap of respect, tap of approval as he leaves. Jake was
fuming when he saw the video back because I didn't capture the full moment, but at least I captured the moment, and you can see him pat Jake at the end, and you can also hear the guide's reaction, who is so astonished. Afterwards, he was like, that's never happened to anybody that isn't in uniform, that isn't a guide, that isn't a tracker. So honestly, could we have been treated to a more phenomenal, unique experience? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, they don't fear human beings. The same. Wow. Listen, did I tell you? Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
He's the head of security and he taps on you to say
Very, very exclusive. Oh, she was saying hello and actually.
Certainly a story for the grandkids. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that that happened to us. And I think what makes this whole day and this whole kind of tourism activity, if you like, even more special is that these tracks actually do help fund anti-poaching patrols, they help fund habitat protection, they help fund some research and general monitoring of the chimps, and to prevent over-tourism or the risk to these chimps. As I said earlier, they do share something like 98% of DNA with humans. These passes and these activities and these tracks are really limited. I think it's a group of either 8 or 10, and they come out maybe once or twice a day. So we were so fortunate that we were just a 2 in our group, and it feels so much more special that everything you do, every time you spend a little bit of money in Uganda, particularly travelling with WildPlaces, it's going towards brilliant things. It's going towards conservation, protection, and it's ultimately just helping make sure that these sorts of things can continue to be enjoyed for years to come. A morning spent tracking some chimps, our lunch spent overlooking the Kazinga Channel back at the river station with hundreds of hippos and elephants, and then an evening game drive. And I think what's really special is that as we head out, we drive past this ranger post, which is a super important reminder that the number one predator for all of these beautiful animals that we've seen today is still human beings. And through this entire experience with WildPlaces, we have seen firsthand some of the incredible outcomes of the work being done by the WildPlaces Conservation Foundation and their really unique partnership with the Ugandan Wildlife Authority. I just wish this is how tourism and all of our holidays could always look. Oh my goodness me. Our sundowner spot. Hello. Look at my crazy hat. That was a crazy drive. Wow.
Look in the bucket.
Sundowners. A surprise sundowner. You look very at home, Jake Golby.
Quickly becoming very at home.
I know.
This is by far and away the best country I've ever been to.
I know, and the best hospitality we have ever.
They are just the most accommodating and kind people I have ever.
They really are. Look at this bar. They've set up an entire bar just for us two. So naturally, in true British fashion, we might have to drink the bar dry. I was like, well, I'll have a white wine. And then Jake was like, I'll have a white wine. I said, no, we can't just have 2 white wines. They've done a whole bar. So I'll have a little African gin after, I think. When in Rome and all that.
Nile special.
Oh yeah, you need to have a Nile special. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, my love. To a day, again.
Every day we say, it can't get bad.
It really can't today.
But Jake got hugged by a chimp today, so...
Best day of my life, including my weddings.
I know, plural, I always say that.
Yeah.
That's
Both to us.
I would agree, actually, to be fair, that this holiday is better than our wedding.
I got hugged by a wild chimp.
And better than our honeymoon. And so, if you're still yet to book a honeymoon, it doesn't get any better than this, trust me. Would you agree?
The most beautiful place I've ever been to.
I mean, look at this crater lake. It's just... And look at the mountain range. I have actually no words. No words. Other than a crunch of a crisp. Oh dear, anyway, bonga guys. Bonga. I think I am personally to blame for this because I made the mistake of saying yesterday, we've only seen rain once in rainy season. But we are tucked in. Sides are down.
Do you really need some ponchos?
Oh, we're okay.
We're fine. You need the poncho.
You put it on, yeah.
Put it on here.
Keep dry.
Can you put the front down or not for you?
This one will stop here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, you're going to get drenched. Protect the book. Not too shabby, to be fair, to get a full 6 nights into our trip to Uganda in their so-called rainy season, and it'd be the first time that we experience any proper rain. But it's not dampening our spirits, and it's certainly not dampening the views. The landscape here is so different to Murchison Falls National Park. There are huge savanna plains, it's situated right within the Western Rift Valley. There are massive crater lakes like the one that we had a drink by last night, expansive wetlands, and in the distance you can just see the Rwenzori mountain range. Unbelievably beautiful. And unbeknownst to us, we were heading towards yet another surprise in the bush. I feel like you're not going to believe me when I tell you that we are genuinely surprised every time one of these things happens. But did you see the rain this morning? The last thing we thought we were going to be able to do is have a full breakfast in the bush. But the WildPlaces Africa team, once again, 10 steps ahead of the game, waited for the rain to stop, had a full team waiting for us for not only a breakfast in the bush, but a shakshuka, champagne breakfast in the bush. I honestly don't think that it can get any better than this. How are we supposed to return back to real life? We pulled up for breakfast in the bush and it was raining. So we went for a drive around a crater lake.
Yeah.
We came back, the rain stopped. And this isn't just a Rolex in the bush. This is posher than a breakfast at home. This is unbelievable. Look at this setup. We have champagne, tea, coffee, in his chef whites.
So impressive, aren't they?
This is unbelievable. We just had a little surprise breakfast in the bush and we were like, oh, Rolex in the bush again, how cool. No. Full table and tablecloth. We had yogurt and homemade granola. We had a bowl of fruit. Then they brought bread, 2 different kinds of sausages, bacon. And they were like, we're just waiting on the eggs. Why don't we have some champagne while we wait for the eggs? Great. Jake had a coffee with, what is it? Amarula. Which is like an African creamy liqueur, a little bit like Bailey's, but they put it in coffee over here and it is very good. And then after about 10 minutes, the chef comes over and was like, there's no breakfast without eggs. Full shakshuka. So not Rolex in the bush, shakshuka in the bush, which we did not expect and was honestly incredible. Like how are we supposed to return to normal life? How, Jake? Are you going to do me a shakshuka in the bush?
Not like that, mate.
No, I know. Shakshuka in the Yorkshire Dales. And now 41 buffalo, I think. Well, are they, did I count them? I don't know. 40-ish.
Signing out. Wow, it is hot today at the river station on the Kazinga Channel. We have had a rather lovely day. Well, I mean, why do I say that as if I'm surprised? I was surprised because it was a little bit more relaxing. Oh good, I clipped my hair up and it's completely come down. We've ended up having a few hours just chilling out here after our incredible bush breakfast of shakshuka. We actually had a massage overlooking part of... No, actually it was a little lake. I was going to say part of the Kazinga Channel, but it wasn't. It's a little like swampy crater lake thing that's here. That was gorgeous. Then we had some lunch. We've had a couple of hours just chilling by the pool and everything, swimming. I was going to say swimming with hippos. It's not swimming with hippos, but you are swimming in a swimming pool where there are hippos that you can see. We just had a very quick outdoor shower. I say we, not together, separately, because it was hair wash day. It was an everything shower, and I went outside, which was amazing. And now it's 4:30 on our last night at the river station, and we are about to go on a dhow boat, which is, I can actually see it, Jay, can you see it? It's the only dhow in Uganda, and of course WildPlaces have a dhow. So we're going to go on a dhow boat for some drinks and to see the sunset, I think, and then back here again for dinner. It's for our dhow drivers by the looks of things. Driver? Captain? What do we say? Captain. Hello, how are you? Good, thank you. We're looking forward to this. Yay! The captain is
enjoy your breakfast this morning?
Oh my god, it was insane.
That's all for you.
Wow, look at this, and the weather's held out. Goodness me, the only dhow in Uganda. Casually sailing on a dhow in Uganda from Lamu Island in Kenya. I think this is meant to be like a really romantic experience. Jake spent the entire time just asking these guys loads of questions about what a dhow is. But to be fair, it's been incredibly... Yay! There's ways to watch the sunset. But we've had to put the sail back up because it's very windy. We're turning round and then we're going to go back soon. But not before some more sundowners. You probably can't hear a word I'm saying because it's so windy. But also, everything that we do here is so unique. It's like blown away. Again, I'm sick of me saying this. Look at the sky, look at the rainbow. Look at the rain. Holy moly. You get about 12 seasons in one day here. It's unreal. Unreal.
Jambo waya wageni wakaribishwa Uganda yetu hakuna matata, Uganda yetu mzuri hakuna matata. You're all welcome in Mona Lisa dhow.
Hakuna matata.
So good.
Amazing. Look at this rainbow. Oh my gosh! That is a joke. I mean, it does mean it's raining, but we're fine with that. But this is the view. And just like that, our 3 nights at our beautifully remote home, the river station, has come to an end in an incredibly private zone of the Queen Elizabeth National Park. We are up at the crack of dawn, as per usual, a beautiful send-off, look at that sunrise, and a really, really emotional goodbye to all the team at the river station who looked after us so well. But it is time to head to our third and final WildPlaces stop. So we're taking a short flight to Kisoro Airport, followed by a drive up into the Bwindi Mountains, a beautiful drive, and this is officially Uganda's highest hotel and the oldest hotel in the WildPlaces Africa family, and it certainly lives up to its name of clouds. We have just arrived after our boat trip, our plane, and our hour-and-a-half dirt track adventure drive from the river station in Queen Elizabeth, and we are now in Bwindi National Park. And I cannot put into words how phenomenal this place is, or how phenomenal the views from this place are. I'm having a bit of a crash, I'm not going to lie. It's been a full over week of very early starts and quite late nights. And at the end of that journey, I was like, I'm going to fall asleep in this bumpy car. So apologies for the docile nature of me and lack of any sense probably coming out of my mouth. But I just always want to show you these places as soon as we arrive. Well, I say that, I've actually been pretty bad at picking this camera up. We've got loads of good footage. I've not done an awful lot of talking to camera because it's been
so busy, and we've just been really trying to enjoy and live in the moment. But this is our last stop with WildPlaces. So we are in one of the only places in the world that you can do gorilla trekking, and that is, well, that's why we're here. However, I would say even if you're not doing gorilla trekking, it is so worth coming here because it is such a beautiful, beautiful place. I've never seen mountain ranges like it, and no doubt we'll be able to show you so much more while we're here. I'm just looking at some monkeys out of our window. So we arrived in Clouds about half an hour ago. We've just been shown to our cottage. All the rooms here are individual cottages. Ours has 2 bedrooms. I don't know if they all have 2 bedrooms or if Jake's thrilled. He's like, Bagsy, this one, you can have the other one. But no, we will be sharing a room because it's a little bit cooler up here. We've got a fireplace. I'm going to show you around in a second, but I've just collapsed on this sofa, and I am going to go as far as to say this is possibly the comfiest sofa I have ever sat on in my life. And what's really nice about our stay here is that while we are doing the mountain gorillas tomorrow, and that's a real trek. That can be pretty arduous, I think. The terrain is very difficult. It can sometimes be 3 to 5 hours, depending on where the mountain gorillas are. And the weather is incredibly unpredictable up here. So it's going to be a big day of walking, I think, tomorrow. But other than that, I think we have quite a lot of downtime here. And I feel bad for even craving downtime because every time we have been doing some sort of activity, it has been like up there as one of the best activities I've done, and that's happened 5 times a day, which is probably why now I'm like crashing a little bit, because just the adrenaline and the overwhelm and the excitement and the emotion that you experience every 5 minutes in this country, but particularly with the WildPlaces team, is just mental. So yeah, what's nice about being here is that it's so peaceful, it's so tranquil. A hippo isn't going to kill us. We just had our little briefing when we arrived, and the guy in charge here was like, you can walk back to your rooms at night. We were like, can we? By ourselves? We're not going to get eaten by something. The only guidance was don't leave your windows open or doors open at night because the monkeys will come in and get you. And on that note, there are monkeys literally looking at me right now. So let me show you around quickly before we absolutely trash this place, which is inevitable. Although I say that every time we come back to our room, it's been put back to an incredible standard as per usual. So this is our cottage front door. I'll probably film something a little bit more aesthetic in the next few days, but look at this place. We have a fireplace. We just got shown into our room by Gad, who was looking after us, and he was like, let me know if you want it lit at any time. Look at the ceiling and the beams. This is one of the oldest. This was the second WildPlaces Lodge, or camp, should I say, that they have put in. So it's actually 20 years old, whereas the other 2 places that we've stayed have only been like a year old or brand new. Cozy little seating area. Oh, here's Jake, he's coming back. Fireplace, the view, which I again just absolutely will not do it justice. I don't know why it's so light on this phone. There we go. It's adjusting a little bit. Some monkeys in this tree here. So I'll take you out and you can see those in a minute. This is bedroom number 1. Again, look at the ceiling. Everything is just so tastefully done, comfy, cosy. The views out of every window. I can't actually get my head around it. Jake, get yourself on a sofa. It's the comfiest sofa I've ever sat on. It's even like a little writing desk area. And then the other bedroom, which is the one that we've gone for. Oh, creaky floor. Because I just think the view is a little bit better. I mean, there isn't a right and a wrong one, is there? But it's probably a little bit more unobstructed by the trees. Look at that for a bed view. And then the bathroom is the same on this side. Double sink, shower, comfy, cosy. Absolutely flipping glorious. Jake's rolling his eyes at me because my boots were next to the sofa. I like it tidy, but I accidentally sat here and then realised I was stuck here for the rest of the day. And then there's nothing greater than taking your boots off when you come. Get on here. So squidgy.
Oh,
how good is that?
This is my favourite one.
This is your favourite?
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, I think that I'm overwhelmed again for the 70th time. We're having a coffee here.
You need to get rested up for tomorrow. Early start.
Is it?
6 hour trek.
We don't know that.
Like, you're nicely isolated. Like, it's only a 2-minute walk to the main lodge area, but
Do you walk past any of the cottages on the way here?
that's what I mean. Like, you're very well hidden amongst the bushes and the trees. Each of them having a view like that.
Yeah. In fact, let me take
That's
it
not
outside.
mad.
Everything smells glorious. This whole country smells glorious. Everything smells like fresh fruit and veg and herbs. The volcanic land is so fertile that everything grows. Look at this cottage. It's our little space, our little garden. Oh, it's raining! And then that view, which I don't think will be captured to its full glory. Okay, it's raining. But that's fine because got coffee's on the way. Gonna have an hour's chill, unpack, and then go for some lunch and explore Bwindi. All of the local communities and villages around here look really, really wonderful. And just, it's so impressive how much everybody kind of makes the most of the land and the available space to them. And watching the African people carry stuff on their heads will never not blow my mind. There was women that had entire tree trunks pretty much because they were carrying long branches and twigs and things that had been collected for growing runner beans, climbing beans, something like that. And they were carrying them on their head. I've got loads of shots of it. Walking up this huge, great mountain, essentially. Really puts us to shame. I think I've definitely been humbled a lot on this trip by how spoilt we all are by everything. And on that note, I'm going to have a coffee in a 2-bedroom cottage in the clouds in Bwindi National Park. Speaking of spoilt. So we'll speak to you soon. We're on the top of the world.
The guys would be here playing football.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lose the football.
Yeah, it's very easy to kick the ball and to go down. Yeah. Then you wait for 15 minutes to get it back.
So special. Yeah. We're just doing this walk around Karingo with Happy, who works at Clouds, and he has lived here all of his life. He was born here, he went to school here, and he said his dream was always to work at the Clouds Mountain Gorilla Lodge. And he's done it. He said he's living his dream. I was like, Happy, we're living ours. This is insane. They call this spot the top of the world. Bwindi, impenetrable forest there, where we're going to be doing our gorilla trekking tomorrow. In the distance, I don't know if you can see where those little dots are. Happy is devastated because the cloud has rolled in, and so we don't have the full view. But I said we can come back and do this another day. But where, oh actually it's there. I don't know if you can see in the distance where the dots are from the houses there. That's the DRC. That's Congo. We're so close. We just walked past an army barracks down there. We might see it on our way back down actually. All of the army people there just patrol this area on a night. There's a handful of lodges and obviously we are very close to the border. So he said it's not unsafe, but it's better to be safe than sorry. It's so nice because it does feel very safe, but you don't know how quickly I guess things can change. So just to have that little peace of mind and that extra bit of security is kind of priceless. Tell me. The school.
School, yeah.
It's a secondary school.
It's just saying that the school was built 2 years ago.
2 years
So
ago.
they don't have to walk 6 kilometres or 12 kilometres now.
Like the way we did.
Yeah.
So they have a chance nowadays.
They don't know how lucky they've got it. You used to walk
For us,
hours.
we never had that chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy used to walk 3 hours.
Then was to walk or else you stay home.
3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the
That's why
evening
you're
to
fit and
school.
strong.
Oh my gosh, we do not know. We do not know we're born. You can hear them singing.
I know.
very comfy there?
I'm very comfy.
Good. Oh, I'm a little egg. I slipped my hair back today and it's interesting. We are going gorilla trekking today. But this is like the biggest lion we've had. And it was a lovely comfy night, wasn't it, in the clouds, knowing that a hippo wasn't going to eat us. It's beautiful out here this morning. It's a little bit misty and foggy, but it's dry and windy. And we've had a beautiful sunrise. The fire is lit. When we got back to our room last night, our fire was lit. And we had hot water bottles in our bed, which was lovely for all of 10 seconds for Jake. And then he was like, get him out. I love that. So yeah, today's the day that we go gorilla trekking. I was like weirdly anxious all night about it. Like I kept having dreams. I had a dream that I was able to look at how many people there were in our group and that tomorrow was empty and today was full. And I was like, oh no. Like, isn't it crazy the stuff that your mind does?
Maximum 8 anyway.
I know, it's a maximum. I don't even know why. I don't care. I don't care if there's 8 people. I don't care if there's 2 people. It'd be nice if it was just me and you, like the good chimps. But we've been very spoiled. But yeah, I've just got like nervous energy this morning. I think we both have, haven't we? Just because I don't really know what to expect, but I'm very, very excited. I'm just going to have a cup of tea and some breakfast and then get going. Although this is a very cosy spot that I definitely don't want to leave anytime soon, but at least we'll be coming back to it later. How are you feeling?
Yeah, excited.
Really excited.
Yeah, very excited.
And I like put all of the stuff from the chimp track on Instagram last night, and Jake was asleep in bed and I was editing it all, and I was like crying as I was posting it because it's so magical. And then I woke up this morning to loads of lovely messages from people saying the same. They're like, why am I crying watching this? This is so wonderful. So I feel like that's made me even more excited and weirdly emotional about doing this. So fingers crossed it stays dry, because apparently it can get very slippery. But it will be what it will be. I'm going to stop talking now because anxiety levels through the roof. Get me a cup of tea or gin. See you soon.
So can we go up and see?
Yes, yes.
Hello, good morning. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Be exhausted. Oh my god, wow! That was incredible. Good morning.
I'm chairperson of Ringobato community.
Wow.
Nice to meet you.
This morning to welcome you in this place and show you their culture.
That was
It's
incredible.
amazing. The gorilla trek has begun. We're just making our way down into the forest now. We have a group of 4, so it's just us and another couple, which is wonderful. We've got a guide, 2 members of the Ugandan Wildlife Authority here for safekeeping, shall we say, and then we have 2 porters with us. Ours is called Susan. She's just showed us photos of her beautiful children, Josephine and Paul, and they're beautiful. So we're excited, making our way down into the forest. We have our little trekking sticks. We have our gaiters on, and feeling good, feeling really excited. The weather is beautiful at the moment, but it can change very fast. Little red egghead. So cool. Apparently they're just there. Oh my god. I can see the trees moving. Oh my goodness.
2 incredible hours trekking deep into the Bwindi Mountains, we find our family of gorillas, the Posho family. Now, the Posho family are a relatively newly habituated family of gorillas. It's comprised of 17 individuals, 1 silverback named Magara, 8 adult females, 1 sub-adult female, 1 sub-adult, 2 juveniles and 4 infants. It is very rare to see babies this young when gorilla trekking. Oh my goodness. I think the adrenaline, the anxiety, the emotion just totally poured out of me, and I burst into tears naturally when I made eye contact with Magara the silverback. I'm going to put it down to a whole host of things. In the run up to this trip, I did so much reading about the conservation work that had been going on, about the troubles, the struggles, but also the kind of positive news story around the fact that they're actually one of the only great apes whose numbers are actually increasing. It's a really rare conservation success. And standing there in their world, so close, where they're so calm, making eye contact, you just realise how deeply complex but gentle and human-like these communities are. They really are a kind of family. And they're just so content with you being there and observing them and being a part of their world for the most magical hour. I think what was different about this experience versus the chimp tracking that we did, the chimp tracking was very much a track, you know, like you were following them through the forest and they were very active and they were moving and there was a lot going on. Whereas this experience feels very calm. I guess it's different for everybody, but because often the time that you meet up with the gorillas is a time after they've had a bit of food and they're quite lethargic, it's just a very calm experience. You know, they're quite docile, they're sort of dozing, having a little siesta. And I honestly don't think that there are words to sum up how unique an experience and how magical this is. It should be protected. They should be protected at all costs. And it is very, very, very wonderful to know that I have played a very small part in part of their protection. From the clouds. We have had a beautiful lion and a cup of tea in bed this morning after our gorilla trekking morning yesterday, which we need to properly fill you in about because, oh my god, every day we've been like, this is the best day, this is the best day, but I genuinely think that was like the best experience of my life ever. It was so magical, and we just spent the whole rest of yesterday like, did that happen? But it's beautiful this morning, and this is our first morning that we haven't like been up and out and on some crazy activities. It's been really nice just to chill in our cottage where we had a cup of tea. The sun is out. We were looking at the, I can't remember the name of it, I think it's like the Virunga volcano range. I'll double check that, I'll fact check that. And we're just walking to have some breakfast now. Look at this beautiful walk. Oh. We also had a treatment yesterday. They have a little spa here and you are really up in a little wooden shack in the clouds. My dream, my absolute dream day. So we're heading for breakfast now, and then we're going to meet some of the Batwa community. They were the girls doing the dance when we arrived for gorilla trekking yesterday morning, and they're a community that used to live in the Bwindi impenetrable forest until quite recently, and they were actually, feels bad for saying forced out, but they were forced out by the Uganda Wildlife Authority in order to prioritise conservation. So it's going to be really interesting to meet them today and to find out how they live now, how they used to live, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then we just kind of have a day at leisure here in the mountains. We're going to do a bit of shopping. There are lots of women that have local craft shops here, and it's just the most beautiful community. Karingo in the mountains in Uganda, where we can literally see the border to the DRC and Rwanda. It is unbelievably beautiful here. I think that there are 11 cottages. Ours is a 2-bed. I think there's only 1 or 2 2-beds, the rest are 1-beds. But it's very peaceful here this morning because I think everybody else that's staying at Clouds at the moment is doing their gorilla trekking today. So we were incredibly lucky to just have a very small group of the 2 of us. No, not the 2 of us, 2 couples. So there was 4 of us in total. And it was so intimate and magical. I'm just going to show you the volcano rage. We actually saw one of the volcanoes, there's 2 that are currently live, erupting the other night. Like, sorry, what? I took a photo of it, I'll put it on screen. This place. So this is probably actually the clearest it's been since we've arrived. Holy moly. Most days it starts lovely weather, a little bit misty, foggy, but sunny, and then the clouds kind of roll in from midday. The weather can be so changeable and unpredictable here. And then you're just sat in this blanket of cloud through the afternoon, which is unbelievable. It's just so beautiful, all the volcanic rock that this building is made out of. I'll take you inside, where we're going to have some breakfast. And again, the food, the people, the whole family feel of this place is just as special as all the other WildPlaces properties. Look at how unbelievable. And every evening they light every single candle and every single fireplace, and it just becomes the coziest cottage. Like a home from home. It really does feel like home from home for us. Although our home doesn't have these sorts of views. But the Wharfdale Valley ain't bad. Absolutely spoilt rotten here. Breakfast by the fire is served. Wow. Beautiful.
So what's the plan? Do we go and see the battle?
Yes, the plan we are going to the battle here in the forest. But it's near, it's not far where we are. Okay.
Hi, good morning. Beautiful. So we are heading out. We've met the representative from the, I'm going to maybe get this wrong, NCDF, which I think is the Coringo Conservation Development Foundation. If I've got that wrong, I will put the correct text on the screen. But this is the community that I was telling you about earlier, and they're all supported and funded by the NCDF. And we've been reading into the work that the NCDF do, and it's actually incredible. Clouds where we're staying, sorry, it's really high altitude here, so you do get breathless quite quickly. But Clouds, it's actually community funded, no, community owned. So it entirely funds the NCDF and the community that live here. Like I say, we've been doing a lot of reading into it, so I want to get the facts and the figures right and report back. But it's just the most incredible, circular, beautiful story of conservation in every way. I think a lot of the times conservation is spoken about with animals, obviously. But I think it's also really important to acknowledge that it's a bigger picture, and it's really important to look after the communities that kind of live in harmony with the landscapes and with the animals as well. So that's what we're doing, finding out more about that today. Oh, I'm going to catch my breath. I'll see you soon. Wow, that was amazing.
Their leader.
God, what a privilege to be shown around by the Batwa community and to be shown how until very, very recently, it was only the early 1990s that they were quite literally forced out of their home in the forest.
And so to learn about how resourceful they were, still are, but also to hear about the struggles. They were very upfront and very honest about the fact that it's been very difficult for them to integrate into society, that they didn't want to leave the forest. And so there is kind of an uneasy element there. But I guess ultimately, you know, the Uganda Wildlife Authority had to try and protect the gorillas at all cost. And while they weren't necessarily directly, you know, hurting or killing them, it was becoming increasingly difficult for the two to cohabit within that sort of environment. So they have thankfully been given quite a lot of support. And I think over the years, generationally as well, it would become easier. But it was really eye-opening. I think a lot of the time, as I mentioned earlier, conservation is a big animal topic, and very rarely is it a community people topic. So this was really food for thought and was a really, really valuable experience. I'm so honoured, I'm so privileged that we got the chance to witness it, and I'm so pleased that it's such a big part of the Clouds Mountain Gorilla Hotel, and again, something amazing that WildPlaces Africa. If you hadn't noticed by now, I'm a big fan, but I think it's brilliant that they encourage a lot of their visitors to experience this. I think it is time for me to wrap up this Steven Spielberg length movie of our epic Ugandan adventure. If you have made it this far, leave a gorilla in the comments section so I can personally thank you. I honestly have so much more to say about this trip, about this country, and about this company as well. WildPlaces Africa, thank you so much. You have looked after us so well. You've looked after every single aspect and element of our trip. You have made us feel incredibly safe, incredibly welcome, incredibly informed about the super unique and collaborative work that you're doing with the Ugandan Wildlife Authority, as well as, really importantly, the local communities such as Karingo. As I mentioned earlier, I have documented more of this trip on my Instagram, on my TikTok, and I've saved everything as an Instagram story highlight. Well, actually 3 Instagram story highlights, because there was so much more to share. I just need to say a very huge big fat thank you to Jonathan, to Pamela, to Fergus, to Annabelle, the entire Wright family who own, who operate and who run in such a beautiful and respectful manner this luxury travel company, and also to Nicole at Love It & Co. Thank you for opening my eyes to a country I had simply never considered as somewhere to explore. Now we've just got to figure out when we can come back. Bonga Uganda, we love you. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have anything that you would like to share, please pop it in the comments section and I will personally get back to every single one of you. I really would love for more people to explore and have the experience that we have just had, because it was truly life-changing. So please do like, subscribe, comment, and fingers crossed I get to bring you a few more incredible travel conservation stories very soon.
Wow. Listen, did I tell you? Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He's the head of security and he taps on you to say
Very, very exclusive. Oh, she was saying hello and actually